Order case.
Case in the PowerPoint.
Right? No, we're not ready. You will sign your ballot after in this debate because they do not have a detached methodology. Yes, silence is queer may be a bad thing. However, the affirmative is not out for queer blood. We are simply advocating a precedent process of conscientization, which is a good methodology regardless. Even if it's bad for queers, we do not force it onto you, which means that there is no unique offense to the case. Well, they have not answered that it is good for an Asian to go through a process of conscientization because it breaks down the myth of the model minor. First, it makes psychological violence that we Asians go through every day struggling. This is which the second impact is the myth of the model minor upholds these structures and oppression because people point to the Asian looking at how hard they're working. It is your own fault that you are not in your own queerness. It's your own fault that you cannot adapt to it and assimilate like these Asian immigrants who are coming right now. This is the impact of the case that has been dropped and cannot be resolved by the queer envelope counterplan. Now go on to the counterplan. I will first start with this conditional ethics argument. The first argument is, first it's going to be the contradiction. One, the Bojo case says, knowledge for the difference is bad. The queer theory case eradicated the relation to difference. That's its own definition. Two, the Man 94 evidence says exposing strategy shows your hands and symptom. You have to die to show your judge your envelope. Three, and the one in R, she says that the role of the ballot is to resolve animal genocide or human queers are humans, not animals. The only role of the ballot that they have provided is contrary. Four, the one team grew up that doing a movement means that we have no ballot. This logic contradicts to the gay movement definitely a bunch of contradictions. Now they say he makes an argument about queer bashing. Yes, queer bashing is bad, but you do not have a word for why this supports the other forms of oppression. What does queer bashing cause? This is something that the negative does not resolve. Now we turn queer bashing logical conditional ethic. What causes it? If your queerness is so fundamental to your identity, why did you read stuff that contradicts it and undermines your identity in debate? Now inside people tell queers that sexuality is a contradiction. That fact that the claim is not a choice, it's just a biological impossibility. That at the time, this is the type of ethic they hold for the contradictory performance, not the decision making. Arguments do not make sense because our non-intrinsic evidence they say that these contradictions sustain when whiteness has gotten slippery and they contradict by able to move through the identity of animalism to queerism that we are able to they are able to dodge the questions that we put against it. They say that it promotes tolerance. However, this is not true. You're always going to be contradicted. One is your identity. You do not know that just fosters a bad form and white supremacist form of tolerance that goes to line by line for proper. They think it's also the entirety of the verb is not solved by the envelope because there's no definitive way to prove that until after the 2NR, until the 2NR, however the 2NR was not able to articulate words. So you do a process argument off your flow. One, if you saw what you saw in that envelope was a process of naming your word, but that means that this is a process of conscientization, that a process of conscientization is still a good idea, which means you automatically vote for it too. If it was not that process, then the envelope was not able to solve for the process of conscientization for me. My one in this round is Asian and do not solve for the impact isolated in the one they have not said it.
Answer 2NR checks this argument. It's about the entire round's performance.
The 2NR does not check this argument because we have to account for the time. It's about how the performance of this round and the performance of the 2NR does not provide a way they are able to solve for a process of conscientization. Now, the queer dissent. The link is that the negative thinks that queerness means relations to the different. He specifically says in the 2NR that our definition is inclusive of that is one. The link is that is they assume that's an encompassing identity. The just evidence says that that's how queer theories ignore the race question. That's two implications. One is that a queer causes racial tension to queer movement results in a violence structure that co-opts any attempts to embrace the queer movement, and two, that causes the target killing of queers who happen to be black in their movement. They exclude and also they try and it means that the alternative fails and the case is a dissent to the entirety of the alternative. Now the permutation thing. The permutation is able to resolve for the queerness because we acknowledge the presence of racialization in the movement. And now the permutation is a different strategy for different people. This is fundamentally going to frame your ballot because that means that we can go through a process of conscientization and they can do the process of showing you the envelope. However, this means that we are not forcing anything onto them and that none of these links are valid. Also, all these links are links that mentioned. The first link, we do not help other minorities. We have doubts and explicit sense of 1AC crossing. We are a message to others can use conscientization. A process of queer people who do. I do not not why the permutation would not even resolve that, because we do both now. Now there's the second, like, we do not force conscientization onto queers. We say an internal process it's a good one, so you can do it, but however you are not forced to. That does not make the methodology a bad one, and the permutation also resolves that because it's a different strategy for different people. Now the third argument he makes is that silence argument. The correct argument is saying that staying silent it has racial implications and had rhetorical silence of what it allows it to continue. This is the context racial argument, which is continuing to it cannot be applied to a broader application, because we are saying that this question of domination by white supremacy is what it causes the racism to continue in these steps. Well, just because it says that silence is a bad thing does not apply to queerness and staying in the closet. It's talking about white supremacy and that staying in the closet.